Ha-ri finds herself in an awkward situation when she accidentally knocks out Tae-mu with her head while trying to avoid her brother Ha-min. As her father and brother enter the scene, she hurriedly closes the gate, only to realize later that Tae-mu is unconscious. The following day, Ha-ri discovers a clause in the contract that heavily favors Party B in case of a breach. Tae-mu, still suffering from dizziness, pressures her to sign the contract to avoid legal action. Reluctantly, she agrees, and they proceed with a presentation on their new partnership. Their backstory reveals that they fell in love while studying abroad in New York, where Tae-mu has been for the past 2 years. Ha-ri's family background consists of a lawyer father, a doctor mother, and a brother studying medicine. She must remember these details before meeting Tae-mu's grandfather, a Harvard graduate and former top athlete. Tae-mu's parents tragically died in an accident when he was young, adding a layer of complexity to his character. Late at night, Tae-mu quizzes Ha-ri to ensure she has memorized all the necessary details for their upcoming meeting with his grandfather. During their conversation, Ha-ri reminisces about their meet-cute, recounting how they bumped into each other on a rainy day in New York. She wore a yellow rain jacket, and he carried an umbrella. The scene is beautifully depicted in black and white, with only her yellow jacket and his umbrella in color, symbolizing their connection. However, Tae-mu dismisses her story and expresses his dislike for rainy days, suggesting they change the date of their meeting. On their drive home, Ha-ri falls asleep and begins to lean towards Tae-mu. He stops her with his hand, but when she wakes up and looks at him, he pushes her away, causing her to accidentally hit her face on the window. Despite his apparent indifference, Tae-mu secretly smiles upon seeing the imprint of her face on the window. When questioned by Sung-hoon, he brushes off his smile, but his lingering grin betrays his true feelings. Young Seo stands firm in her refusal to succumb to her father's pressure for arranged marriage, adamant that she will only marry for love. Her father's ultimatum to either comply or move out prompts her to leave, but not before reluctantly surrendering his credit card, determined to prove her independence by living off her own earnings. Meanwhile, the research department considers recommending Min-woo as the new chef for their project. Ha-ri visits his restaurant to photograph the food, while young Seo eagerly indulges in the dishes. Ha-ri suggests a new dish for Go Food, sparking a playful exchange between her and young Seo about Ha-ri's apparent crush on Min-woo. As young Seo learns about the costs of living independently, such as security deposits for housing, Ha-ri spends the night tirelessly working on Min-woo's profile and proposal. Despite her exhaustion, Ha-ri continues working the next morning, determined to complete the task at hand. At work, Ha-ri impresses Ms. Yo by completing the profile and proposal swiftly, though she fibs about using a template. She suggests Min-woo's white kimchi ravioli for the company's menu, aiming to appeal to the Korean palate. Despite concerns about the filling, Ha-ri remains confident in their ability to adjust it as needed. Encouraged by her enthusiasm and knowledge, Ms. Yo nominates Ha-ri to give the presentation, causing her to panic, especially considering Tae-mu will be present. She feigns stage fright to avoid going, but Ms. Yo insists, leading Ha-ri to wear a face mask and borrow her boss's glasses to disguise herself. Tae-mu, unperturbed, encourages her to continue with the presentation despite her disguise. Meanwhile, young Seo decides to rent an apartment, coincidentally in the same building as Sung-hoon. Ha-ri visits Min-woo to discuss the assignment but is dismayed to witness him kissing his ex-girlfriend, Yoo-ra. Hurt and disillusioned, Ha-ri leaves without saying a word. Min-woo later texts her, intending to explain but is interrupted. Feeling dejected, Ha-ri sits at a bus stop in a daze. As she prepares to board the bus, a passerby knocks her down, sending her documents scattering. Despite the accident, the person rushes onto the bus without offering assistance. Ha-ri struggles to retrieve her belongings, accidentally dropping her phone down a sewer grate. Unaware of Tae-mu's attempts to contact her, she receives assistance from a kind stranger who expresses concern for her well-being before departing. Shin Ha-ri's inner thoughts reveal her emotional turmoil as she cries and reflects on the pain she feels. Tae-mu, overhearing her sobs, wonders about the cause of her distress. The following day, Ha-ri hopes to conceal the evidence of her tears, despite her slightly swollen face. While searching for makeup, she discovers concert tickets, a birthday gift from Min Woo. However, the concert is scheduled for that day, adding to her emotional turmoil. As she waits for Tae-moo, she notices a call to Archaeopteryx in her phone history, prompting confusion as she doesn't remember speaking to them. When Tae-moo arrives, she questions him about the call, but he attributes it to arrangements for the day and quickly changes the subject, diverting attention to the pleasant weather. Ha-ri recalls Sung-hoon's warning about Chairman Kang's intimidating nature, heightening her anxiety about their deception. When Tae-moo offers support, she clings to him nervously, prompting his unexpected declaration to try loving him genuinely while they're inside. Introduced as Shin Ji-am-wei to Grandpa, Ha-ri faces interrogation about her feelings for Tae-moo. Caught off guard by questions about their past breakup, she witnesses Tae-moo's discomfort as he coughs, revealing a lie he had fabricated previously. Ha-ri improvises, explaining that she had misunderstood Tae-moo's priorities, believing he prioritized work over their relationship. Grandpa acknowledges his grandson's work-centric nature, questioning Ha-ri's acceptance of it. She reassures him of her understanding and recounts Tae-moo's efforts to reconcile during a rainy day, leaving Tae-moo surprised by her revelations. Despite his initial shock, Tae-moo redirects the conversation to dinner, suggesting they discuss the matter later. Young Seo moves into her new apartment, excited about her new couch but admitting she's now broke. While eating on the floor, she's startled by a cartoon cockroach in the newspaper and flees her apartment in panic, ending up in Sung-hoon's arms, literally. Mistaking him for a stranger, she quickly recoils upon realizing it's Sung-hoon. She enlists his help to deal with the roach and, despite his apparent fear, he assists her in getting rid of it. Afterward, young Seo suggests they become friends as neighbors, but Sung-hoon hesitates, citing her recent actions involving Tae-moo's blind date. Disappointed by his refusal, young Seo grapples with the rejection. At lunch, Tae-moo questions Ha-ri about her mention of running in the rain, and she explains that she added a bit of truth to make the story more romantic. However, Tae-moo asserts that their relationship is strictly a contractual exchange, dismissing any notion of genuine feelings between them. Despite his earlier contradictory behavior, Tae-moo appears visibly upset. When Grandpa suggests steamed buns for dessert, Tae-moo seems displeased, but they end up going to a remote location for the treat. As they enjoy the buns, Grandpa and Ha-ri bond over their deliciousness, while Tae-moo takes a call outside. Grandpa later apologizes to Ha-ri for his earlier stiffness and thanks her for everything, noticing Tae-moo's apparent concern for her. As Ha-ri takes a sip of her drink and chokes, spilling her purse, Grandpa sees the concert tickets and realizes they're for that day. Understanding Ha-ri's intention to go with Tae-moo, Grandpa urges them to leave for the concert, emphasizing the importance of their relationship. Tae-moo and Ha-ri went to a concert together, and Ha-ri's grandfather made sure they got there safely. He stayed in the car to watch them go inside because he knew Tae-moo might try to skip the concert and go back to work. At the concert, Tae-moo started to relax and enjoy himself. The singers, Melamons, announced a special event where they would take song requests along with stories from fans. They picked a note from the audience, and it was a touching message about friendship and love. It turned out the note was for Ha-ri and Tae-moo's seats. The singer then dedicated a song to them, and Ha-ri felt embarrassed while Tae-moo seemed okay with it. The song reminded Ha-ri of a conversation with Min Woo, who had also liked the song. This made her emotional, and Tae-moo quietly offered her a handkerchief to wipe away her tears. After the concert, Ha-ri still had tears in her eyes, but she kept walking. Tae-moo followed her from a distance, and when she almost walked into a couple, he quickly pulled her out of the way. He asked if she often cried so easily, mentioning that she had cried the day before too. Ha-ri felt grateful that he pretended not to notice her tears the day before and for accompanying her to the concert, as she would have gone alone otherwise. Tae-moo then commented that she had looked pitiful crying during the concert, and people nearby thought he was just a replacement for her friend. Ha-ri apologized, but Tae-moo assured her she didn't need to, reminding her that they weren't really in a relationship. He asked if she had really harbored a crush on him for 7 years, deducing it from her friend's message and her tears. Ha-ri confirmed it but said she didn't regret it, as it had brought her happiness. Tae-mu shared his perspective, mentioning that some things yield results quickly while others require patience and long-term commitment. He acknowledged that it's not always easy to judge the value of something based solely on how long it takes. Ha-ri found it amusing that he was applying his work philosophy even in such a personal conversation. Tae-mu apologized for not being accustomed to comforting others, but Ha-ri reassured him that his words were comforting enough. She then apologized for her behavior earlier in the day, explaining that she was feeling down and may have overreacted. Tae-mu admitted that he had been sensitive too, indicating a moment of understanding between them. At the food stall, Ha-ri receives a call and steps aside to answer it. Suddenly, she's hit in the face by a flying ball. Tae-mu rushes to her aid, getting her a cup of ice from the convenience store to soothe her injury. Grateful for his gesture, she questions why he doesn't consider a real relationship instead of their fake one. She suggests that although he may view it as a waste of time now, thinking long-term could prove more efficient. Being in a fake relationship lacks a future, making it an even greater waste of time. Before leaving in a taxi, she hands him the mystery gift she received from the concert. Later, at home, Ha-ri receives a text from Archaeopteryx, signing off with his quirky name. Amused by his signature, she laughs. Meanwhile, Tae-mu opens the mystery gift to find 2 worry dolls and a note encouraging him to reach out when he's feeling down. Reflecting on Ha-ri's suggestion, he asks the dolls for their opinion. The next morning, Ha-ri is horrified to find her eye puffy and red. She worries that Tae-mu might recognize her at work with the bruised eye. As she enters the elevator, she finally comes face to face with Tae-mu, anticipating an awkward encounter. Second video's link will be available in a description box. Comment down below your favorite K-drama. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.